This week we're at Camp Creative, where we celebrate creativity. And there are many, many different ways that we can be creative. You might love art, drawing, painting, making your own pictures. You might enjoy music, singing, playing an instrument. Maybe you like to dance. Maybe you're good at something else, like playing a certain game or at a sport. All of those things are creative. And creativity is something that makes us happy, and very often our creativity can bring happiness and joy to other people. So I hope you enjoyed these stories about creativity. Art Transformed a Neighborhood by F. Isabel Campoy and Teresa Howell, with illustrations by Rafael Lopez. And it was published by Houghton Mifflin Books. Maybe Something Beautiful, How Art Transformed a Neighborhood. In the heart of a gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle, draw, color, and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Mira thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color and joy. See her bright colored room and the gray, dark city. On her way to school one day, Mira gave a round apple to Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a flower to Miss Lopez, the lady with the sparkling eyes. So Mira shares her artwork with the people she sees. She gave a songbird to Mr. Sachs and a red heart to the policeman who walked up and down the streets. On her way home, Mira taped a glowing sun on the wall, hiding in the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. The next day, Mira saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall. He looked at her son. He held his fingers up in a square and peered through them. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Mira asked. Maybe something beautiful, the man replied. Then just like that, he dipped the brush in the paint. Bam! Pow! The shadows scurried away. Sky blue cut through the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow spreading across the sky. You see all the colors that he's painting up here? Who are you? Mira asked. I'm an artist, the man said. A muralist. I paint on walls. I'm an artist too, she told him. He handed her a paintbrush. Then come on, he said. Mira dipped it in the loudest color she saw. Yow-wee! The wall lit up like sunshine. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Mira added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon, Mr. Sachs joined in. Then others came. Everyone painted to the rhythm. Salsa, merengue, and bebop. So they got music playing, and they're dancing, and they're painting. Even Mira's mama painted and danced the cha-cha-cha. The whole neighborhood became a giant block party until the policeman walked up. Excuse me, he said. The music stopped. Mira put her brush down. They were surely in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, and then he paused. May I paint with you? He asked. So Mira handed him a paintbrush, and the music started again. Can you see how Mira has paint all over her? Teachers and papas jumped in, babies too. Mira and the man handed out brush after brush. Color spread throughout the streets, and so did joy. Wherever Mira and the man went, art followed like the string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted utility boxes and benches. They decorated sidewalks with poetry and shine. and everyone danced. Together they created something more beautiful than they had ever imagined. When their clothes were spattered with a million colors, everyone sat down to rest. Everyone except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. "You, my friends, are all artists," he said. "The world is your canvas." He smiled wide and then pulled everything together in big, sweeping motions. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. When he was finished, Mira added one more bird way up in the sky, and then she thought, just maybe. You see that she's painting a bird up here in the sky. And this is a true story. It's based on the true story about a young girl in San Diego, California, and how members of the community, painted this mural on their walls. So that's a really neat story, a true story, and it's a way that we can share our creativity with others. We may not paint a mural, but there are many other ways for us to share creativity. You could paint pictures or draw pictures for people and give them away like Mira did. I hope you've enjoyed this story, Maybe Something Beautiful, How Art Transformed a Neighborhood. Music Is by Lloyd Moss, illustrated by Philippe Petit-Roulet, and it's published by G.P. Putnam & Sons. Music is everywhere. It's in countless forms. It can be fast or slow. There are all different kinds of music, loud or soft, sad or happy. And some people dance to it, some write to it, some sing it. Music is all around us, and it's something we can really enjoy. So let's read this story. Music Is. Music fills our lives with magic. Music is a wondrous thing. Music bright or music tragic. Music makes you cry or sing. In the morning when you wake up, nighttime when you go to bed, music's always there to take up lots of space inside your head. Music makes my foot start tapping, tap, tap, tap. Music makes me wave my hand. Singing, humming, chanting, rapping, finger snapping, music's grand. Music is a magic potion. Happy music makes me smile. Music's like a mighty ocean, full of motion all the while. Music plays when people marry. Music when your birthday's here. Just before it's January, on the last day of the year, on New Year's Eve, there's music. Music when we go parading on the 4th of July. Music after daylight's fading, serenading lullaby. Music in the elevator, sometimes music on the phone, after school or on a date, or later when I'm all alone. Music when a band is coming, sounding out a marching song. Bugles blare to sounds of drumming, and I'm humming all alone. Symphony or horn concerto, I compare to heaven's sound. Any orchestras that care to sure can play while I'm around. Solo, duo, quartet, trio, chamber music I rate high. Brass or strings, when played with brio, lift my spirits to the sky. Sondheim, Rogers, Gershwin, Porter, Mozart, Bach, or Ellington. Any time, in any order, all their music's lots of fun. Verdi, Humperdinck, Puccini, opera is such a thrill. Those by Bizet and Rossini please me, and they always will. Opera's another kind of music. Tango, rumba, cha-cha, mambo. Music with a hip-hop beat, any number, any combo, gets me up and on my feet. Rock, calypso, waltzing, rhythm, polka, ballroom, stomp or trot. It's a trip, so I dance with them. Large room, small room, matters not. Music has an eerie power. Music is my truest friend, brightening up a lonely hour, comforting from start to end. If there never had been music, if it never did exist, what would life be like without music? Think of what we would have missed. The end. Music is all around us, and it's a wonderful way to express our creativity. I hope you've enjoyed this book, Music Is. This story is The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Sometimes we don't think we're very creative at all, and we don't think that we have any kind of talent. And this is a story about a girl who thought she couldn't draw. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds, published by Candlewick Press. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah," she said. "A polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark," she said, "and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. "There," she said. The teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She said. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and said quietly, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in a gold frame. "I can make a better dot than that," said Vashti. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow, and she discovered she could make green with it. She made a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting, lots of little dots in many different colors. "If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too," she said. She splashed her colors with a bigger brush and bigger paper to make bigger dots. See that great big painting she made? She even made a dot by not painting a dot. She put dots all around her dot. At the school's art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Everyone is looking at them. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist," he said. "I wish I could draw." "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler," he said. Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me," she said. The boy's pencil shook as he drew a line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please sign it." So she's sharing with this boy the same lesson her teacher taught her, and that is we can all be creative in one way or another. I hope you've enjoyed this book, The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds.